We're here for the new book releases for the second week of December. This seems to be following some second week trend. Like the first weeks of the last several months seem to have a lot of books coming out. In the second week, not so much. Not so much. But without more discussion into it, we're just going to get started with the books, and they will be by genre type. Starting in sci-fi this week, we have Tailored Realities by Brandon Sanderson. From futuristic detective thrillers to inventive space opera, superhero action, high-tech fantasy, and beyond, these gripping standalone reads have never been before gathered into one volume, with many available here in print for the first time. This is 10 short stories from around the different regions that Sanderson writes in. I don't think any of them are going to be Cosmere related, if I remember right, but it could be wrong. I do know that his Skyward series is represented in one of the short stories. Our other sci-fi is from an author that some of you might have heard from before or heard of his previous work, and I think it's in the same world or at least vein as the other ones. Sunset at Zero Point by Simon Stalenhag. This is the creator of The Electric State and Tales from the Loop. And similar to those, this is the book format is where it does have the story, but also with artwork throughout. As if you can see from the size of the cover, it is in like long picture book size more than normal hardback size. Beginning in 2024, yet set strangely during the early 2000s, Sunset at Zero Point unfolds in a secluded Swedish island, home to a secret weapon lab that has been off limit for years. The story spans decades following two young men stuck in the past and each other's orbit, as fleeting moments become defining memories as they set out to explore the forbidden zone together. Moving on to mystery, we have Everyone in the Group Chat Dies by L.M. Chilton. This one sounds hilarious in hopefully a way that it means to be. Herbie Cornell needs a break from everything. Her crumbling apartment in the sleepy town of Crowshurst, her dead-end job, her messy roommates, and most of all, the terrible thing they all did. Luckily, that hasn't caught up to with her just yet, until a new message in their old group chat pops up. Everyone in the group chat dies. It's the first text her ex-roommate Esme has sent for ages, but that's not the really weird thing. The really weird thing is Esme died 12 months ago. That's one that I am putting on my list, yes. Then we have Thriller with Cape Fever by Nadia Davids. I came highly recommended to Mrs. Haddington through sentences I tell her I cannot read. The year is 1920. In a small, unnamed city in a colonial empire, Soraya Matas believes she has found the ideal job as a personal maid to the eccentric Mrs. Hattinga, whose beautiful, decaying home is not far from the Muslim quarter where Soraya lives with her parents. As Soraya settles into her new role, she discovers that the house is alive with spirits. This is also supposed to be psychological thriller, studying manipulations. Our horror this week is Dark Sisters by Christy DeMesseter. Horror meets historical fiction when a curse bridges generations, binding the fate of all three women. Anne Bolton, a healer facing persecution for witchcraft. Mary Shepherd, a picture-perfect wife in a suffocating community. And Camellia Burnson, the rebellious daughter of a preacher. And it deals with each woman's struggle in their particular time period and how they're all kind of interrelated and similar facing issues. That one is also a book of the month for this month, maybe. Then we have fiction, which I saw this one in something. The Birdwatcher by Jacqueline Mitchard. When she's convicted for a double murder, Felicity Wilde, a brilliant grad student turned high-priced escort, declares, "I may not be innocent, but I'm innocent of this." Renee Bigelow never doubted it. A jury may have given Felicity a life sentence, but Renee knows that her childhood best friend is not capable of murder, and so Renee, a journalist, decides to use her deep connections to Felicity's past to unravel the truth. A fiction, maybe dabbling in romance, but mostly coming of age, finding yourself type story is Far from the A-List by Stephanie Burns. Former child star Michaela Turner is ready for her next big role. She just doesn't know what it is yet. As someone whose days were once filled with bright lights, never-ending rehearsals, and adoring fans from around the world, Michaela now struggles to define herself beyond the glitz and glamour of her past. She tries hard to stay out of the tabloids, but fading into the background isn't quite as easy as it sounds. She deals with relationships, momagers. Then we end with YA fantasies. The first one up being a companion novella. That would be An Archive of Romance by Ava Reed. And this one is following a couple that I won't say because this companion does take place after a study in drowning. I think it does follow the people from that a little bit, but it's mostly about this other couple giving fans more into their story and the book thing that couple from the first book was like studying. I never finished that one, so I can't even give too much details either. Then we have Secret Spells and Chocolate by Marisa Churchill. Sylvie Jones has been dreaming of attending her mom's alma mater, Brindle School of Culinary Arts and Magic, since she was old enough to reach the stove. Unfortunately, her last name has a horrible stain on it, something that could destroy her dream. So when Sylvie is given the chance to prove her skills and put an end to the rumors that her mother cheated her way to victory at the most prestigious magical cooking competition, the Golden Whisk, she takes it. It is a magical cooking school, and that was adorable enough for me. It sounds now like a YA that I want to pick up, and I haven't felt the urge to pick up YA in a while, but it just sounds so adorable. That is all my list for this week. If you have any other ones coming out that you want to give a shout out to, feel free to drop them in the comments down below. I would love to know if you feel like picking any of these up. I just hope that you're having a great week, finding something good to read, and that I'll see you in the next one.